It's all about hot bikes and hot stunt riders today on The Express. Woo! On today's show, sweet rides at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show.
I was thinking of ways that I could get out and try out different careers without necessarily just committing to one.
Sean Aiken's Discover Your Passion.
How many of you have always known since you were a child what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Open one, open two. Nice.
Ronald Martinez of Vachata, Vancouver.
I'll take you back and you go back with one, back with the other.
I can see it blowing up. You can eat more fresh and keep it local.
A new way to organic farm in Surrey.
Quickly remove these lids very quickly.
See that and more local expression. Welcome to The Express. I'm Johanna Ward at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show at the Tradex in Abbotsford. There are so many beautiful bikes here. Imagine if you could ride a different one every week for a year. Pretty awesome. Now imagine if you could have a different job every week for a year. That's exactly what Port Moody's Sean Aiken did, and his next gig is to share those stories.
The one-week job project was a way for me to get in these different work experiences and learn about the characteristics that I need in a career to be happy.
Sean Aiken felt what a lot of graduates out of university feel.
I feel like dead weight a little bit, you know, like I'm not actually making a meaningful contribution.
I really have no idea where I am exactly.
I didn't have a lot of work experience. I was thinking of ways that I could get out and try out different careers without necessarily just committing to one.
So he set out on a trip of a lifetime. He took a different job every week for an entire year.
This week I'm a Hollywood producer,
Snowshoe guide assistant,
real estate agent, fashion buyer.
And documented it on film with help from his friend Ian. He's now back at his alma mater, Capilano University, to share his travel tales.
Originally, I didn't want to be part of it. He came to me with this idea, one-week job, and again, I thought it was a bit wacky, right? But at the same time, it seemed like an idea worth doing because, again, I noticed that he had been just depressed for quite a while and, you know, not knowing what he wanted to do. So I thought, hey, great, this is something.
Question for you guys. How many of you have always known since you were a child what you wanted to be when you grew up? Worst job would definitely have to be, I was working in a swamp. I was outside of Montreal. The job consisted of 12-hour days picking cattails, also known as bulrush, these long stems. And park ranger in Hawaii was an experience, fashion buyer in New York.
So I helped feed her. Afterwards we ran some tests, took her temperature, added eye drops, and some other tests for her general health.
He's very creative, he's quite the visionary, not so good on the details, but he's extremely persistent, right, to be able, when he decides to do something, he'll do it, and that's why he's able to do this for an entire year.
Sean's adventure not only inspired his employers, it inspired even his closest friends.
It inspired me to go after the one that I felt I should have gone for already. I went from essentially a web developer to a filmmaker. So I think we need those nudges, right, in many ways, and however they come, to kind of say, why not just go for it?
The project is not about me. It's kind of grown and there's something here.
The two friends launched their newest venture, the Discover Your Passion Tour, right back where it started here at Cap University.
And I was kept up at night asking myself life's big questions of what I wanted to do with my life and how do I want to spend my time. The best advice I got was that it's okay not to know what you want to do, but do something.
And after a year of searching and 52 jobs later, Sean's decided he wants to pursue a career in education. In North Vancouver, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
Sean's Discover Your Passion tour will hit stops across the country until April, and then he starts the American leg of the tour in the fall. You can get details online at oneweekjob.com. Now you're watching The Express, and today we hit the road for the Vancouver Motorcycle Show here at the Tradex in Abbotsford. And we've got the hottest bikes and the craziest stunts.
Number 9 is just a passion of two friends that did this in the garages.
They're so beautiful, obviously so shiny, and let's just be honest here, I don't know anything about bikes, so tell me about the style of bikes that you work on, because they all look sort of the same, like they have similar features.
Yeah, we're building Frisco-style bikes. During the 1960s, out of San Francisco, these style bikes started appearing. So what entitles that is the way that the tank sits on the frame, and just the short stockiness of them. They're made to actually be ridden fast. All these bikes are all handmade parts. All the bars, the tanks, seat pans, pipes, all that sort of stuff's all hand done, and then the paint's all done in-house.
And you do the paint in-house?
I do the paint, yeah, that's correct, yep. All very traditional, all freehand stuff. None of these are my personal bikes. These bikes are all sold, but we do ride them, and we do ride them hard.
Jagger, is it not cool to say Papa Wheelie? Am I supposed to just say Wheelie?
Papa Wheelie is still cool to me.
That looks scary.
It's not scary. You'll
Okay,
be fine.
tell me what I have to do on here then. Just
Okay,
hold on.
just climb on, hold on, and twist the throttle and smile a lot.
And what's the throttle again?
It's the right side will help you.
Super crazy.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Careful getting down.
I'm just going to stay.
Okay, that's it. She needs a minute. Woo!
Okay, so this is pretty exciting. The official release date, February 6th, but we get a sneak preview of this bike.
Yeah, we actually brought this bike in especially from the factory so we could introduce it to the Canadian motorcycle public, and they get a bit of a preview here in Canada, which is something unique for us. Quite often these releases are done only in the US.
Well, this is the bike that everyone's buzzing about. All the gearheads are really into this one. How come? It's like some sort of sport bike that's super speed?
It's very high performance, very highly focused on handling, and then also the idea behind it is a lot of the street accoutrements would come off of the bike so that you can go on the track quite easily.
And how fast does it go? Is that part of the top secret?
No, there's no top secret to the speed, but let's just say it goes in excess of 200 kilometers an hour quite easily.
The Vancouver Motorcycle Show at the Tradex in Abbotsford. This is one of my favorite shows of the year to cover. Now, that wheelie simulator was pretty cool, and so you know, they were offering the rides by donation to the CK&W Orphans Fund. Even cooler and more exciting, later on today's Express, I'm going to be on a bike that's not stationary with stunt rider Hollywood B. Yeah, the West Coast weather doesn't stop us from stunt riding on motorcycles, nor does it stop us from hitting farmers markets. And the next one's at Port Moody.
There's something very unique that brings the crowds out to the Port Moody Social Recreation Complex.
Hi guys, welcome to the Port Moody Winter Market.
Thanks.
Thanks, have a great day.
Every alternating Sunday from November to April, the Port Moody Winter's Farmers Market comes into full swing. Operating for the last 3 years, it's one of the Lower Mainland's only farmers markets in operation during the winter months. And their focus is simple. Everything that appears at the market is made, baked, and grown locally.
It's a very wide variety of products, from fresh local food to freshly baked goods to a variety of different craft products, really convenient items. I mean, people are getting really innovative, I would say, with the introduction of farmers markets, and they're coming up with new products. Like one of our vendors, Simply Delicious Soup and Salad, and they've come up with a super salad in a package that isn't processed. It's whole dry beans that's really easy and convenient and ready for you to make yourself, but it's still really healthy for you at the same time. So it's bringing a lot of really creative people out of the woodwork and into a community setting.
With such a wide variety of products available, I had to meet some of the vendors that make the Port Moody's Winter's Farmers Market so unique.
These two are my products. They're called ají. It's a spicy condiment that's made with only fresh ingredients, no preservatives, zero fat.
What started as a dish Biaggi would make for parents at her son's hockey games is now a product that is sold at retailers and farmers markets across the Lower Mainland. And there's a reason why people can't get enough of ají.
If you mix the ají with the mashed avocado, so you mash, you pour, you make guacamole.
Oh, lovely.
So I'll let you try.
All right, here it goes. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
You like
it's
that?
like, it has a kick to it, but it's not an annoying kick. It's like a nice heat. It works actually really well. I really like it.
Now for something to satisfy my sweet tooth. Outside, I ventured over to Sweet Taya Bakery. Named after the baker Taya, this European-style bakery brings the gourmet home.
So she brings a real gourmet-style pastry that you can normally only get in a fine dining experience, but we bring them to the farmer's market. Things like this lemon tart, which is not like it's not like your run-of-the-mill lemon tart. It's made with real lemon and real love and lots of butter. You should try it, sample.
Okay. Wow, this looks amazing.
It is.
Oh wow, that's so good.
Getting unique products is only one of the perks of visiting the Winters Farmers Market. There's also the importance of eating locally.
When our food systems get as complicated as they are today, not knowing, say, what preservatives were used or chemicals or additives or fertilizers or anything like that in growing methods, there's no transparency, right? There's no way of knowing what it is that you're actually putting in your body. And so a farmer's market is a great alternative to be able to find out all these questions, or answers to all these questions. Would you like to take our pledge to eat local as part of your New Year's resolutions in 2011?
Sure.
It's really important to eat locally. It's really important to support the infrastructure of farmers and growth that is going on in your local community. Also, you know, some people think that it's more expensive to come to a market and buy your product, but really you can get organic and free-range products that you can't really buy in your supermarket. And quite often you'll find that prices are very comparable and sometimes even cheaper. It's a wise decision as a consumer to eat locally. It's a wise decision to shop locally. It's good for your long-term health as well as the long-term health of the community.
I'm Mansour in Port Moody for The Express.
The Port Moody Winters Farmers Market happens on alternating Sundays until April the 17th. And you can find out about farmers markets all around the Lower Mainland at makebakegrow.com. You're watching The Express, and we've got more food and fun times coming up. After the break, Surrey's new hydroponic cash crop.
This is the future.
You know, I started doing it just to stay out the streets and all that crazy stuff, and then it turned into actually a career.
Motorcycle stunt riding with Hollywood Bee. You're watching local TV on The Express.